Oxygen administration by non-rebreather mask. This skill is designed to evaluate your ability to provide supplemental oxygen administration by non-rebreather mask to an adult patient. The patient has no other associated injuries. This is a non-trauma situation and cervical precautions are not necessary. You will be required to assemble an oxygen tank and regulator. You will then be required to administer oxygen to an adult patient using a non-rebreather mask. I will serve as your trained assistant and will be interacting with you throughout this skill. I will correctly carry out your orders upon your direction. Do you have any questions? At this time, please take 2 minutes to check your equipment and prepare whatever you feel is necessary. After 2 minutes or sooner, if the candidate states I am prepared, the skills examiner continues to read the following. A 45-year-old male is short of breath. His lips are cyanotic and he is confused. You have 5 minutes to administer oxygen by non-rebreather mask.
I'm ready to begin my test now. First, I'm going to take BSI precautions. Next, I'll gather the equipment and take a look at my tank. It's an oxygen tank, it's clearly labeled, and it's green. I need to crack the valve on the oxygen tank. So ensuring that the port is blowing away from me, I'll gently open the valve. That blows out any debris on my tank. Next, I'm going to take my regulator. I'm looking to see that it has 2 pins that will match up with the 2 ports on the tank. I'm also checking to see if there's a gasket on the regulator. I've seated the regulator. Now I need to tighten it to the tank. Regulator secured. I'll open up the tank. I'm listening for leaks. I'm checking tank pressure. I have pressure in my tank. Going to connect the tubing to the tank. I'm keeping one hand on the tank at all times when it's upright for safety purposes. My flow rate for my non-rebreather mask, I'm going to set to 15 liters per minute. Safely lay my tank down. With a gloved hand, I'll cover the port, pre-fill my reservoir. Gently seat the mask on my patient's face from the front, over the head with the strap. If needed, I will adjust the mask from the sides, snugging it to the face of the patient. That concludes my test station. I always want to make sure that my patient has O2 flowing in the mask as I discontinue the O2 therapy. Laying my mask down, I'll set my tank upright, turn my flow to 0. Remove the tubing, close the tank. Because there's still pressure in the tank, pressure in the regulator, I need to relieve the pressure in the regulator by turning it to a high number until the pressure is relieved. You can listen to this. There's no more sound, the pressure's out. At this time it's safe to take the regulator off of the tank. Again, I want to make sure that my tank is laid down safely. It's not rolling. I'm finished.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You guys are too polite.